Grab my empty weight. 1722. Oh, gee. Ah. 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 Welcome back to another episode of 3-Digit Packs. Let's go.
Welcome to the next level. Woof live.
So this is what's called a function one speaker. There's two of these things. Got one on my back. There's still one at the trailhead. My friends during the party last week trucked these things up to the trailhead and then just left them there. They never ended up making it into the property for the party, but they're just sitting at the trailhead, and it's always been my number one priority to keep that trailhead clean. It's on a public road. Anybody can just drive by it, and so I've always just wanted it free and clear of things. It's the only reason why I'm hiking this thing in right now. I guess my friends find it funny to bring 100-pound loads up to the trailhead and then just leave it for me to hike in, but all good. From what I'm told, this is a pretty nice donation. I guess it'll be nice to have for future parties. I'm gonna concentrate on my breath, concentrate on the trail so I don't end up getting hurt. I'll see you on the inside of the property.
How much fun was that?
There's two of these at the trailhead. There's one more out there.
I know.
What was the number on it?
106.
106.
Started my day off with a 3-digit pack. All right, it's a special weekend this weekend. We're celebrating Juano's birthday. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you very much, guys.
Kris, Juano, you guys know Kris from a couple episodes ago. He was the guy made famous from hanging off the back of that excavator to counterweight it as I dropped in off of that road. That was a wild mission, wasn't it?
It needed to happen. Needed to happen.
Juano, if you remember from season 1, he had probably one of the top 10 craziest missions in here. He was the guy who rolled that cistern 1 mile through the woods to get it here. Probably one of the craziest missions I can think of still to this date. Rolling that 300-gallon cistern 1 mile through the forest. By himself. This place would not exist if it wasn't for these guys. These guys stayed with me through the entire build, and thank you guys.
Oh, yeah.
Since the first time I spent a night here, it's been a place of relaxation and friendship and beautiful efforts. All the heavy packs and all the big work that went into this place was because we wanted to do it. Nobody was forced to do anything. Nobody was forced to bring in weight. But it was such a beautiful shared place where I can say that not even it was friendship, but families came in. I'm very happy to say my dad was able to spend time here and help out with the build as well.
Shout out to your dad. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Fernando, always good to remember those days.
My first time out here was the first summer I stayed here versus going back to Alaska. And Darren had just bought the place. And he prints out, he invites me up for the weekend, and he gives me a map. And it's a Google screenshot print off with a crudely drawn little pen, go up this far, go here, and then walk in. Still have the map. It's kind of funny. But I got lost on the side of this mountain for 4 hours. I wound up way over there. And I sat down and gave in to the mountain and said, okay, you win. You whoop my butt. Now just get me home. Get me somewhere. And then I come walking in and find Darren and our friends sitting here camping.
Well, you were walking through the woods and you saw the very faint corner of a tent. And that's a tent.
Yeah.
And that's how you found us, just by luck. Out of thousands of acres on this mountain, you just happened to be walking through the woods and saw this faint hint of the corner of a tent and was like, that looks man-made. Walked over and you found us.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that was a fun day. I got my butt whooped. We got everything set down, hung out for a minute, and then Darren and I started walking around. And this place was not what it is now. It was as dense as all of that. This whole clearing. It wasn't a clearing then, but
Lots of trees.
yeah. We walked around and looked at the ground, and we talked about the potential. And I was like, all right, I'm in. Let's do it.
Speaking of potential, what's in the cards today, Darren?
Yeah, so during that 6-day stint last week, we got a lot of stuff moved up into that new tool shed, but I was just concentrating on keeping the party moving, hanging out with friends, this and that. So a lot of stuff went up into that tool shed and then just got dropped on the ground. That tool shed is an absolute nightmare right now with just everything laid out on the ground. I would love to build a shelf today out of some timber. Get that lumber mill fired up, make some 4x4s, maybe make some 1-inch thick boards for some nice shelving, and maybe get some of that stuff up onto some shelves and a little bit more organized. What do you guys say?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good plan, man.
All right. And because we are celebrating a birthday, it can't be all work and no play. So I want to maybe late afternoon, early evening, head over and play the game. Because there's only 3 of us, I want to play the game, but in order to win the game, individually, we have to hit the axe, hit the paintball gun, and then hit the bow and arrow. So we're just teams of 1. We each have to hit each target consecutively in a row to win the game. We'll see how that iteration of the game goes. See how long it takes for one of us to win. But yeah, we'll get some work done, get some playing done, and then I want to show you guys something later on this evening that I've never shown you guys here on the property. So stay tuned for that. Let's get this day started, boys. What do you say?
Yep.
All right, so I'm thinking just a bunch of 4x4s. I think that's a pretty good dimension for a shelf, both posts and beams, my verticals and horizontals. I think that'll be a pretty good dimension, so I'm gonna try to get as many 4x4s as I possibly can. Man, that shelf is going good, but losing daylight quick. Like I said earlier, can't be all work today celebrating a birthday. We're gonna have a little fun. So the fellas and I, way back in the day when we were building the cabin, we used to set up the lights on the lumber mill and do what we called milling parties, where we would just mill lumber all night long, play some music, and we're gonna honor that old tradition, but this time it's a shelf party. We're gonna finish up this shelf and let's just listen to some music, drink a couple beers, and do what we used to do. Starting to come together. It's getting a little bit more organized. It's so wild to see all the thousands of pounds of stuff just hiked in over the years. Pretty crazy. We got 2 shelves done tonight, the bottom one and the middle one, but I ran out of these boards, so I could not get the top shelf done tonight. Let's make this a 2-day episode. Tomorrow, I'm gonna mill some planks, finish off this 3rd shelf, and then earlier today I told you I would show you something that you guys have never seen before. Let's do that tomorrow. Good morning. Definitely did not complete everything I wanted to get done yesterday, so welcome to day 2. Starting my day off with a nice little warm-up hike out to the trailhead to grab that second 100-pound speaker. Let's do this. Morning warm-up. 3-digit packs, let's go. To my friends who left these speakers at the trailhead for me to carry in, 99% of the time I love you guys. I am definitely in that 1% where my feelings towards you are not ones of love. All good. Clear my head. Stay true to my hiking motto. Smile through the pain. Smile through the pain.
Good
with your strips. What a beautiful Sunday morning, huh?
Nice little wake up, warm up hike. I'm awake now. Adrenaline pumping, blood pumping. All right, let's get some milling done and finish that shelf. She turned out great. Couldn't be happier. Got some stuff off the ground, up in the air. Somewhat organized. She looks good. Man, that tool shed turned out good. That shelf made a world of a difference for organization. 2 days of milling, I got sawdust in every crevice of my body. So time to show you guys something I've never really talked about on this property. On the other end of the rainbow, or PEX piping, lies the pot of gold, something that has brought me a lot of happiness out here. So as we're making our way down, following the PEX piping, passing T-Rexcavator, the new track is doing great, still in good condition, but the second factory track has split. So what I've read on forums is that these excavators come with pretty weak tracks straight from the factory. You got to get these aftermarket tracks to beefing them up. So it's no surprise that this second factory track has split. I'm gonna get another one, an aftermarket one, to match the other one, and hopefully that does the trick. Should be here in about a week. PEX piping. So I built this outdoor shower probably about 4 years ago. It has brought so much happiness to my life out here. It's so nice to have a warm shower at the end of a hard-working day. You just get sawdust and dirt everywhere working out here, and to be able to rinse that off out here makes the world of a difference. I absolutely love this thing. Time to get clean. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me this week. But now that that tool shed is looking good, time to start scheming on a greenhouse. I'll see you back here next week.